Assalamu alaikum to all of you, honorable ministers, organizers, and of course guests and hopefully participants, honorable artists who will participate here in these activities. For us of Friedrich Naumann Foundation, it's a great pleasure and honor to be part of this, and it's already the third time that we are sponsoring Lahooti Melo, starting in Jamshoro, then during pandemic times, the digital version last year, and now here in Karachi. And we felt very special about it because the concept of this festival is something very unique, because artists and intellectuals have a gift that academics or maybe journalists or us who are in education do not have. They make us see topics or issues that we seem to know from a different perspective. And that makes us step back, have a different dimension, think over things, and very often they speak to our hearts where the academics speak to the head. And very often the heart is much more powerful than the head. So in that respect, I think it's a great achievement and a very smart concept to actually combine the two. Having serious discussions and debate about challenges that we need to see and discuss, and actually have artists, poets, painters, musicians, give their view of it. And in this way, I think we'll learn something about ourselves and get a new perspective on things, and we can move forward. And I think this is really the best thing that an artist can aspire to, and actually that we as a society can also aspire to. And we've been part of this for 3 years, but this year's topic is something special for us and also for me myself. The river Indus, I mean, you know it, you've heard it in other contributions this evening before. It's actually Pakistan's lifeline, and it has been Pakistan's or this region's lifeline for thousands of years. Without the river Indus and its tributaries, life in this area wouldn't be possible. And for thousands of years, people have settled around rivers and developed very sophisticated civilizations. And it's not a surprise that it was always next to the rivers, because without waters we cannot live. You can survive without food for several weeks, but without water only for 2 days. So you really have to take care of the water. You need to have pure water, and rivers normally give pure flowing water. So this is a need of everyday life that we have. And this amazing river Indus, going from the Himalayas and ending its journey here near Karachi and flowing into the Arabian Sea, actually doesn't only give water and the possibility of agriculture. It's also a waterway. Goods can be transported on it, people travel on it, ideas travel on it, because with people, ideas come. And this is very powerful. Rivers are actually metaphors for peace, for connecting people, and for life as a journey in itself. But when this river ends its journey in the Arabian Sea, this is not where it ends, because then the river merges with the ocean, and then it connects itself with the whole world. So in that respect, I'm a German, but I also feel special about the river Indus, not only because I live here in Pakistan and have lived here for several years and have been able to appreciate the river Indus in the north, in KP, and also here in Sindh, but also because it's part of the global water and ecosystem, and we all need to care for it. I wouldn't be as pessimistic as some people also in social media discussions have been that have taken part before this conference and say the river Indus is dying. I think nature is very powerful, and this river is also very powerful, but it is in trouble. We as people, we have used the river to develop civilizations, and I think that was a good and a smart thing to do if you use it wisely. But the river has also been abused, like all rivers have been abused. And I think there is something that we also should know about it. We have politicians here, and we as citizens very often, we tend to blame politics to do something. Yeah, there is a big, let's say, request for government and for politicians to take the right step. But especially in environmental issues, this is one of the few things where every citizen with his own actions can contribute something to the greater good. So it's also part of us. What is your use of water? How do you actually respect the resources? What is it that you can do and change in your own life to make a contribution to a better situation? And this is something where we join forces with all the organizers here and the contributors of this year's Lahooti Melo. I wish us all a lot of success, new inspiration and ideas, and maybe a thinking process where we ourselves can make a difference. Because the smallest drop that you let fall into the river or into the ocean might create a big wave that can change things. So in that respect, all the best. I'm looking forward to lots of good inspirations and discussions. Thank you.